It was already 7 in the morning. From the window of her apartment, Rama could see the school bus arriving at the building gate. She was trying her best to make Mantra catch the bus in time, but the 6-year-old was in different mood altogether. Vikrant, will you please drop her to the school today? Her bus has left without picking her. And moreover, I have an important assignment today, a presentation at an international conference. Anyway, her school is right on the way of your office. Rama requested her husband, who was surfing internet on his mobile phone. You should have managed her mood better, since you have your work priorities already known to you. Don't make me pay for your mistakes. And, as a mother, you should make her imbibe good habits, said Vikrant nonchalantly. Rama was neither surprised with his response nor disappointed. It was an unsaid rule in the house that only she was responsible for all kinds of activities, sessions, homeworks, assignments related to their daughter Mantra. Finally, Mantra cooperated on the 6th attempt and got ready for the school. Now it was Rama's turn to get ready for her very important day professionally. I should have worn something classy and uber professional today for the conference, as it's going to be an opportunity for me to network with potential clients and showcase my work. But there's no time at all. Let me squeeze everything in another 4 minutes. Rama babbled. She adjusted her hair in a messy bun, lined her lower waterline with a dark kohl, applied a moisturizer on her face. She ditched her skirt and went for a classy-looking kurta palazzo, picked her bag and left the house with Mantra, dropped Mantra to the school, and hastily reached the 5-star hotel where the conference was happening. In the washroom of the hotel, she took a glance at herself in the mirror. It wasn't an encouraging sight at all for her. A woman ambitious, smart, well-dressed, confident, had turned into a messy, fragile and apprehensive person. Vikrant was right when he said that I looked like a pumpkin because of this gained weight. In the skirt, I would have looked like a duck. Oh my god. Good that I didn't go for it. Sometimes he's right, A negative self-talk. Realizing she was getting late, she came out of the washroom in a hurry to directly crash into a man who was leaving the men's washroom. I'm so sorry. That's my mistake. Rama apologized and rushed towards the hall without even looking at the man she crashed into. Cut to the man. He was confused and smiling at the same time, while watching her leave the scene in haste. Here, Rama was looking for her boss Dheeraj in the breakfast zone, amid the crowd of hundreds of conference delegates. Finally, she could locate him over a chat with a British professional. Rama greeted them and joined the conversation. Dheeraj introduced her to the British guy. Freddie, this is Rama, our general manager, who is leading the current project I just discussed with you. She owned the project like anything, and you are gonna see her in her presentation today, the innovations that she implemented in the project. It's mind-blowing, I tell you. Delighted Rama added her 2 cents as well on how visionary Dheeraj is as a boss, and blah blah. By now she was very hungry. She excused herself and zoomed directly to the buffet breakfast. Once she got her food, she turned and crashed again into a man. Oh my god, the same ink blue blazer. Rama literally froze. It was my mistake this time. I should have known people might take turn with their food. My apology. The man took the blame for Rama's clumsiness. Rama gave a half smile and left the scene again in haste. I am better than you. I am superior to you. My genes, my race, my abilities, my looks, my accomplishments, and everything related to me is better than you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a superiority complex, which is a mother of stigma and discrimination in our society. And let me remind you, it is universal and omnipresent. A very good morning. I'm Rama, a general manager at a multinational organization. She owned it when it came to public speaking. A lunch break was announced immediately after her presentation. Dheeraj was thrilled and jumping around as her presentation was very well received among the audiences. Rama and Dheeraj were discussing the project over lunch, sitting in the corner of a dining area. May I join you guys? A man asked. Oh yes, please. Rama, meet Ashish. He's our main funder and a finance head at a multinational organization we have collaborated with. Dheeraj's excitement hadn't come down a bit yet. Rama and Ashish exchanged pleasantries. Meanwhile, delegates kept visiting the duo on their table to express how impressed they were with the presentation. Simultaneously, the food starters were also being served to everyone by the waiters. Dheeraj and Rama were happily interacting with the delegates all the while having their food. Almost everyone who had come to the table to congratulate them had left except Ashish. Then Rama noticed his ink blue blazer. My goodness, this man would have been dead twice today. But come on, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't a good day for him. Lost in her thoughts, Rama picked up a starter piece with a toothpick brought to her on the table by a waiter. She was about to put the piece in her mouth. Ashish leaped with the speed of light and held her wrist. Can't you see? It's a piece of meat. Chicken tikka it is. Then he turned her wrist towards his mouth and ate the chicken piece himself, leaving the toothpick in Rama's hand. Rama was shocked and furious at the same time. She thought of giving him an earful for his indecent gesture, but at the same time confused over his motive behind that. Then came Dheeraj with a plate full of pastries for all three of them. Again Ashish intervened, and when Rama tried to pick up a pastry, I thought you would take jalebis instead. Are jalebis there? How come I missed those? Rama, come, let's dig into your favorite dessert. Come. Dheeraj literally cried with joy. Rama and Dheeraj went to a jalebi counter, filled their plates, and Rama took turn hastily and again was about to collide into an adjacent man. Ashish, who was also coming towards the counter, intervened in time and prevented the accident. How can you still be so clumsy, Rama? It would have been spoiled your day and his too, had you both got drenched into jalebi syrup. Ashish looked concerned. First chicken tikka, then jalebi, and now still. The word still stayed in her mind. He said, still clumsy. Does that mean he knew I had been clumsy always? Did he also know I am a vegetarian and meat is strict no-no for me? Did he also know that jalebi is my favorite dessert in the universe? How can this be possible? I am seeing this man for the first time. The chaos in her mind was unsettling her. The post-lunch presentation by a delegate was interesting. Rama was brainstorming on the ideas to make her project innovative. To get rid of mental fatigue, she decided to take a stroll to a tea area. She came out of the hall. The tea counter wasn't arranged as yet. Disappointed, she turned to get back into the hall and saw Ashish exiting the hall. Did they make tea arrangement as yet? He asked and stood beside her while scanning the corner. No one was there in the passage but these two. Rama's thoughts about this mystery man were racing so fast that she found herself unable to focus on anything else. Determined, she gave him a stern look and asked him with frown on her forehead, Did you know that I was a vegetarian when you authoritatively stopped me from eating the meat piece by mistake? This was the first time Rama actually looked into this man's eyes. Their eyes locked. He was a tall, brown and well-built guy, a couple of grey hair here and there. In his well-groomed designer beard made him appear self-assured and confident man. His facial features were quite ordinary, but the brightness in his narrowed, staring eyes was unmissable. He was looking at her as if the world around them has collapsed and there was no one around but her. Now he turned towards her and a step closer. His advances made Rama uncomfortable and take a step back. He again came a step closer and said, "You know, I still feel these big, mysteriously dark eyes of yours are the ports for Mariana Trench." His eyes were restlessly moving over her face. His heart was racing. He was gradually losing orientation to time and place. He further took a step closer, close enough for them to feel warmth of their breaths. But this time, Rama didn't take a step back. Something has just changed drastically between them. For her, he was no more a mysterious man now. She couldn't believe her eyes. They were too close and lost into each other's eyes. Ashish mindlessly leaned over her and about to cup her face in his hands while staring at her lips. And the dining guys entered the passage with the accessories to arrange the tea counter. Sense of reality prevailed and Ashish realized the mistake he was about to commit. I'm sorry. This time, he left the scene in haste, embarrassed.